So we're going to look at D, C, and Baba. For this one, what you see written up on my board are these last 3 lines. This measure just didn't happen to get grouped in with this one for some reason, but it should be 4 measures and 4 measures to make 2 lines. Okay, so that's the exact same as the last 2 lines. The next thing I want to talk about is that for this piece, we're only going to need to be playing on the D string. We will not change off of the D string at all, and the only 2 fingerings that we need to do are 3 and 1, because it just switches back between 3 and 1. And this explains what I have written up here. So I have D3 and then D1. And I'm sure you know what I mean by that, but just in case. So we have D3, which means 3 fingers on the D string, and then D1, which means just 1 finger on the D string, and we'll alternate back and forth between that. The next thing I would like to talk about is if you're having a hard time lining up the fingerings with the change in bow direction, I was always taught to isolate and break down. So let's first learn our rhythm, and then we'll add in the fingerings. So looking at our rhythm, we have 4 eighth notes grouped together, followed by 2 quarter notes. So to count this, we go 1 and 2 and 3, 4. I'll count it one more time. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And if we notice, that pattern just repeats throughout the whole piece, except for our last measure. But once we get to our last measure, I'll talk about how we'll count that one. So we can go 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Great. Now, like I said, isolate. So now that we have our rhythm down and we know how to count that, let's pizzicato it. So I'm going to be plucking up here so y'all can see my fingers on our D string, because we're only playing notes on the D string. So ready? I'll count off. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Now I'll do it with the counting this time, saying it out loud so you see my fingers moving along with the counting as well. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Great. Now let's try doing the first measure. So in the first measure we see 3, 3, 1, 1, 3, 3. So 3, 3, 1, 1, 3, 3. Now let's try adding it in. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Now I'm going to do the counting out loud. Don't get that confused with the fingering. The counting is different. Different numbers from the fingerings, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Great. Let's do it one more time, just pizzicato, then we'll go to our bow and talk about how to practice with bow. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Great. Now we'll be using the bow. Same process, just on the open D string, no fingers down, just with the rhythm and the bow. Ready? And I wish you could see my bow, but just the way it's set up. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? One more time, and I'll do the counting out loud as we're doing this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Great. Now let's add in the fingerings for that first measure. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. So now you know how to practice that, and you can do that exact same process with all of these measures until you have it down really well. So we've done a lot of practice with this first measure. Now let's go on to our next measure. So our finger pattern, or the fingering, is 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 3. Ready? One more time. 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 3. Okay, so now let's try doing just that measure right there. I'll count off and we'll play it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Let's try it one more time, and then we'll group these 2 measures together. So just measure 2 for now again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Now we'll put measures 1 and 2 together. So it goes 3, 3, 1, 1, 3, 3, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Now that we have that, like I said, once you've learned that, you've pretty much learned the whole piece, because measure 1 is the same as measure 3, measure 2 is the same as measure 4. So let's try doing this whole first line, just line 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Now let's go on to line 2. And for line 2, I'm going to go jump straight to the last measure, because this repeats, and that repeats. They're all the exact same notes and rhythm. So for measure 4, we notice that once again we have a grouping of 4/8 notes, but this time it's followed by a half note. So we're going to count this almost the same way. For those 8 notes, it will be the same way. It's 1 and 2 and then our half notes falls on beat 3. And you're going to hear me just hold out 3, because I don't want to say 4 and have us confused and thinking that we're going to be changing our bow direction on 4, because we're not going to be holding through 3. 3. Good. So it goes 1 and 2 and 3. Try one more time, just counting. 1 and 2 and 3. Now let's try doing it with the notes that are written. So 3, 1, 3. Oops, sorry, hands down. Too far down. Ready? 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. Okay, I'll play it first, and then I'll have you repeat after me. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Now let's try doing it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. Awesome. So remember, cello is a pretty big instrument, and our strings are really thick. These are big strings. So remember to apply enough weight in your arm up against the string to really draw out that sound. Okay? So now let's try doing the whole last line all the way together. Okay, so starting with 3 fingers down, starting right here in this measure. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. Now that we've done the second line, let's try doing lines 1 and 2 together. And once you've done those completely together, congratulations, you've learned the whole piece. Now you just need to add in the counting of the rest. Okay, but let's do that starting at measures 1, playing all the way through to the end of the second line. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Congratulations. If there is any part where you struggle with, like usual, like I say, pause the video, practice playing it through a few times, or rewind the video back to that part so you can practice with me until you have it down really well, and then seeing if you can play it all the way through without any problems. All right? Have fun practicing, y'all. Bye.